What's up, guys? Jeff from Sorta Healthy here. Today I'm talking to one of the most successful personal trainers around. Evans Armantrading owns 3 busy personal training studios in Delaware. We actually filmed the upcoming conversation in his Dover location, and you'll hear some music and clients working out in the background as we chat. Anyways, his facilities do over 400 training sessions weekly. They've also done maybe an even more impressive 25,500 assisted stretching sessions, give or take, since he started charging for that service. His studios did over $132,000 last month, and as far as I can tell, that was a pretty average month for him. He reveals quite a few more impressive details in the upcoming conversation. He's a pretty open book, and some of the insights he's about to drop give you an idea of what's possible to achieve in the field if you really bust your ass. His assisted stretching certification company, CNU Stretch, is growing rapidly, and he has, as of now, certified 215 people to do assisted stretching and works with 36 locations all around the country. On to the conversation. Evans, thanks for being here. My first question to you is, how did you get started in personal training?
Oh, I appreciate it. And Jeff, thank you for having me on to your podcast. I've been watching your stuff for a very long time, so
Thanks,
it's pretty cool
Appreciate
to
that.
be a guest here. Provides a lot of value. So for me, my journey began with my own personal weight loss. 2009 happened. You know, the company I was working for, I was fresh out the military, about 2.5 years out the military, and the company I worked for went out of business. I was selling modular manufactured homes. You know, I have a wife, 2 kids, a mortgage, and I need to figure out what I need to do. So I went into life insurance sales. I didn't really find much fulfillment with that, but also I was doing my own health challenges with, being overweight and things like that. And my mentor, who specialized in longevity, age management medicine, even back then, he was like, Evans, why don't you use this time to take care of your own health? I'm doing some things new in my practice. You can work out with me.
How long did it take you to go from basement studio owner to running 3 different facilities? Because you've really achieved a lot, and I'm just curious about your journey.
So we were in my house for the rest of 2009, and then from there we went from, I was subleasing from a chiropractor's office, I was subleasing from an OBGYN's office, and I was subleasing from a gym in 3 different areas. It was 2011 when we got our first studio and consolidated all 3 locations into one. For about 2 years, we had a client who was 30 minutes south of us. And he was like, Evans, you need to come down to Milford. You need to come down to Milford. I'll actually help pay for you to come down. He was eating lunch or breakfast once a week at a local restaurant, and they saw his weight loss. And they were like, what are you doing? The restaurant owners actually owned a regular big box gym.
Okay.
He was like, yeah, sure, I'll ask them. So we came down and we started training and stretching them. Their trainers got very upset with it, but then we struck a deal where we'd sublease from them. After signing the dotted line, they was like, hey, the revenue is not there. We're actually gonna close the gym. Do you wanna buy it? We were like, no, this is way too big for us. And then we wound up getting a place local, maybe 1.5 miles away from there. I was like, maybe I should do something different. I was pretty much out the business. I have a really good leadership team. And then I was like, yeah, let's do it. So we decided to search for a place 30 minutes north in Middletown. And in 2024, we opened our 3rd location.
What do you feel has been your key to success?
I think I'm still hungry. I think a lot of it is my faith, right? As a Christian, I believe, in the word, and I'm very forward with that. I'm unapologetic. I don't push it down people's throat, but it does guide how I live my life and the directions and the decisions that I make. I really want my life to matter. I don't think a lot of people's lives matter, and I don't mean to be offensive with that, but many people live and die and nothing really changes, not even their family. I love to learn and put myself in environments where I'm not the smartest guy in the room, so I can learn from people who are doing things better than me. And I'm comfortable stepping outside of my comfort zone with that.
I just spent the weekend doing your stretch certification course. I think I've been most impressed by your work ethic. After day 1, you went back to your Airbnb and you were basically working all night, it seemed like, or for a long time.
Yeah, 3 hours, yeah.
3 hours, and that was after a long, full day of work. Most people would have just been chilling on the couch.
I appreciate it. I teach my kids, and my daughter, you met her earlier, that's my daughter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, training on the floor.
I didn't even know that, yeah.
Yeah, she's a little boss. And then she's 18, my son is 20. But we always talk about the E to E ratio. Like a lot of times people, they look at people like Kobe and the Michael Jordans and they say all the quotes that they say and they talk about Mamba mentality and all those things, and then they want to work 8 hours and watch 8 hours of TV and Instagram and wonder why they're not succeeding. For me, it's the compound effect, right? Doing the little thing consistently over time. So I was preparing for our level 3 and 4 cert, and I know all the stretches, but I want to make sure that when I teach it, you get a great experience. And so yeah, I'm gonna practice it until I'm like, yeah, I'm good, and then I'll watch TV and do something else, to kind of decompress if I need to.
What advice would you give to new personal trainers coming up?
One is respect your craft. I feel like a lot of people want professional income, but they dress and behave like someone who's not professional.
For sure.
So it's like, I want to make $60,000 a year. I want to make $80,000 a year. That's great, but who's going to pay you that when you look like you just finished your workout?
Yeah, it's true.
You know?
Say that all the time. Yeah.
So I would say that. And then also, like, I didn't come from a kinesiology undergrad. Over the last many years, we've probably had 50, 60 interns from kinesiology programs or exercise science programs. I'd like to think that we've done fairly well in the fitness arena. And I wasn't an athlete, but I took our career and I treated it like a real career. And so I studied because I didn't want to be ashamed. I didn't want to be like, hey, why is this working? Or how does this work? Oh no, like I watched a YouTube video. Realize that you're in the early portion of your career. This is your grind time. I see a lot of people who just like, they came to work and they went home, but you don't get good while you're working. You get good in the non-working time.
What got you into assisted stretching?
Great question. It was a client, Tammy. She was a client for 15 years. She just stopped being a client recently as she moved away. We serve people that are 40 plus, but even for them, they're a little intense, especially if you're not like used to exercising. We're gonna push it. And so I saw her come in and Tammy was stressed out. So I was like, let's just do a light week. Let's just, lift heavy, similar to like a normal training cycle. Let's just do a light week. You should feel better next week. Tax season was happening, and she was a CPA. And as we're going towards the April 15th, it goes like this, and then it drops off. I was like, let's just do another light week. I've done it before, 2 weeks, just kind of reset your system. And she pushed back. She was like, Evans, I can't pay as much as I'm paying for light weeks. Can we just do the stretches that we do at the end of the workout for the workout? And back then, you do leg day. I just grab your leg and I push it. I always joke I would never do to somebody else what I did to Tammy. But another client saw it and was like, what's that? And I was like, oh, that's facilitated stretching. I just made up something. And at that moment, I learned that clients, not only do they want recovery services, they want their trainers to provide it.
Right.
So we just made it a back-end service. You missed a session or two, you could trade it in for a stretch. And it was just something we did in-house for about 4 or 5 years.
How did you get started with your stretching certification company?
In fitness, the margins are not that great. Maybe you're at 20%. So people are always looking for like, what's that thing I can do to make more money? Like a kettlebell cert's not gonna make you any more money. So typically people try nutrition or they would try to do a pro shop. So I'm hyper analytical. I went back and I looked at my numbers. And in 2023, we did a little like $250,000 in revenue just from stretch.
That's amazing.
It's in our 2 locations. Our 3rd location wasn't really opened yet. And everybody was like, you did what? And I was like, yeah. They was like, can you teach us how to do it?
Right.
And so that launched the new stretch as a tool to teach gym owners, personal trainers, massage therapists involved to how to not only do a stretch program, but how to generate revenue with it as well.
What's your favorite part of running different fitness studios?
That's a great question. I don't know what my favorite part is.
I struggle with that question every time. It's like I like a lot of parts about it.
There's things I don't like about it.
Sure, there's a lot to not like too.
I don't know. I think my favorite part is when I go to different areas and I talk to the clients, their stories of their success. Middletown's our smallest location, it's our newest location. And I'm constantly frustrated with it just because, staff turnover and the P&L is not where I would like it to be. But then I go in Middletown and that's what keeps that place open. We'll go in there and I talk to these people and they're like, Evans, I was able to carry salt bags in the winter, and my husband was like, you're strong. Can you carry that bag for me? And like one lady just last week, she went to her daughter's wedding. And I mean, she would just glow talking about how good she looked in her wedding dress. It's the same high I got from like one-on-one or, training back in the day. It's just that I'm not the one facilitating it.
So obviously you've had a lot of success in your career. Where are you hoping to go from here?
My first gym does like $70,000 or more, probably closer to $80,000 a month, right? And the other 2 together do like 50 something, $60,000 a month. So I'd like to see those kind of get full. More than that, I'd like to see, we have only one mission this year. It's a 2-part mission. One is to build a better burger. And the concept about that was given to me by getting John Farkas. We were talking. And John's like, I think I'm like the best trainer in the room. Now, mind you, we're with all kinds of elite gym owners. And he's like, the reason why we crush it is just because I'm an amazing trainer. And he's like, I think that a lot of times people do all this extra stuff, but the burger's not good.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow.
Right.
And it just provoked something inside of me. And I said, I want to build a better burger. My goal is not like X number of clients, but I want to ensure that every staff member can deliver at the same level that me and my leadership team can deliver. So that's one. And the second goal is to build a dream team. You know, I like being a part of a team, and I want to be a contributor, and I want others to contribute. So the goal for the gyms at CNU Fed is to build a dream team, you know, where I'm literally irrelevant. Now with CNU Stretch, I want 100 locations. I want to grow this thing. I was just looking up in New Jersey alone. There's only like 36 studios. I mean, there's some like stretching places.
Yeah.
That, you know, in that big old state.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Big population, yeah.
Huge population, you know. I went to, and then my mom, she's in North Jersey. She's dealt with some health situations. She had cancer. She had her hip get blown out. And I went up there and stretched her, but she's 2 hours away, you know? And so I can't go there every week to stretch her, or I'm unwilling. I can, but I'm not willing to make the drive. But it'd be really cool to be able to refer her somewhere that I can trust.
Right.
But there was like nothing in her neighborhood.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, so I'm like, oh. And in the fitness realm, I don't think a lot of trainers and gym owners understand that you are uniquely positioned to be the one delivering the service. You understand the clients, you understand anatomy. A lot of these studios, they just hire college kids or high school students. They take this quick certification, they learn 30 stretches at best, and they just do the same thing over and over.
Right, yeah.
You know, and so I have a real big drive to create an impact in that space.
I think you get 100 locations pretty soon, just based on your trajectory. And I think you're doing it the right way. We talked about this before, but you know, you could scale this thing instantly right now if you really wanted. You could just make all of your stuff available online and double down on that. But I think that would be a mistake, because I think what makes you so good is that the bulk of what you offer is in person.
Sure.
You're meeting trainers and massage therapists where they're at. You're making sure they know how to stretch properly. And you're giving them the tools they need to succeed. Really appreciate you doing that.
Yeah, thank you.
And thank you so much for being on the podcast. Where can the people find you?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, most people probably want to find me for CNU Stretch, cnustretch.com. And we're on Instagram, we're on YouTube, we're on LinkedIn, we're on Facebook. And I'm hyper transparent, so literally everything that you need to know is on the website, and I'm always willing to jump on a quick call.
And I'm going to put all his stuff down below for you guys, so it'll be in the video description. Evans, thank you again for being here today. Really appreciate it. Your course is awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you, I appreciate it.